Well, good morning. So I was just gonna make some coffee and I was thinking last night I actually made some, and that's kind of weird because you don't usually make coffee before bed. But we went out to eat and I was a little bit full, and usually if you drink some coffee after, it kind of like gets things moving. So I made some, and it was from some new coffee that I just got ground, and it smelled so good in the bag. But then when I made it, it kind of tasted kind of like my last coffee, which I didn't really like that much. So I thought there must be a better way to make coffee. So I looked it up on YouTube and I saw there was a video, watched it, and I'm gonna try and use those techniques to make coffee this morning. So I thought I'd just document it. Maybe it'd be useful to you, I don't know. So let's go and give it a try. So the first thing they said to do was to wash out the interior of this coffee maker, because apparently old coffee, unlike if you used like a coffee pot, you're not really supposed to wash them. But with these, I guess the old coffee makes new coffee bitter tasting. So that's what I'm gonna do. So now that it's clean, I just have to heat up some hot water, because they said to fill the bottom with hot water, not cold, so that the coffee inside this pot doesn't get heated up while the cold water heats up. Having hot water means that the hot water becomes steam quicker, doesn't heat up the coffee, and just pushes through the coffee and isn't as bitter. That's what they said, so let's just give it a try. So I'm just gonna heat up my coffee pot. Okay, super hot. Now we're just gonna fill up the bottom here. If you see that little piece down in there, you just wanna fill the hot water up just below it. So that's probably good right there. The only thing with this being super hot water is this is like aluminum, and so the heat conducts really well. And it's pretty hot, so getting to twist on the top is gonna be tricky. So let's fill this with coffee. They said to put in the coffee and not like press it down at all, just put it just enough to fill. So I'm gonna try to do that now. This is the coffee I got made for me yesterday. It's called Mocha Blend. Not too sure, it's not like some brand. I just got it done at this kind of special market that we have here. It smells so good though. They said that the size of the coffee grounds matters. Like, it's not supposed to be as ground like salt. It's supposed to be kind of coarse, but I didn't really have any control over what size she made it for me. So hopefully that's not one thing that's gonna make this bad coffee. So let's just pour it in. I think that's about right there. It is a little bit higher, but there's still a lot of room to fill out. Normally I would fill it up and just kind of pat it down, but this time I'm just gonna sort of move the coffee into the spaces. And that should be good. Just like that, okay. Twist on the top now. They said to twist the top on fairly tight because this is gonna heat up and the pressure is gonna push through this top part here. And so it's just important to have this on tight so you don't get like spray coming out the edges here, which has happened to me before. And so I'm wondering if that was because I packed down the coffee too much inside. So now we just put it on the stove top. Get the fire going. On gas stoves, you never want the flames to be like coming up around it. I know that, technically it's on like a minimum setting here, but the flame should always be directly below the pot. So now it's just a waiting game. It shouldn't take too long because that water is like really steaming hot. So it should come through here within like a minute or so. So I'm just gonna let this fill up, and then once it gets to that point where it starts to just like bubble out the top, then you're supposed to turn it off really quickly and just put this bottom part under cold water to stop the sort of steaming process and to stop the heat from cooking the coffee that's now inside the cup. So let's just wait until that point, and then I'll do that. Woo! Holy shit. Okay. So just close that quickly, and then we'll just cool it down. So the bottom is now cool to touch, and let's just see what the coffee looks like. Basically looks the same as like when I make it before, but maybe it'll taste really good. So I've got my cute little cat mug here. It's got a little heart in the side. So let's just pour this in and see what it tastes like. I mean, obviously I can't drink it this moment. I think that's probably good right there. This is pretty potent stuff. I don't have like regular milk, and I don't have any sort of latte makers, so I'm just gonna use some almond milk. I mean, that's how I drank it last night, so I think that's a good enough proof. I don't know how much to put in. I mean, it's kind of your preference, but at the same time, like, you still want to taste the coffee, right? Like, is that too little amount? I actually usually fill it, well, okay. Maybe I'll try it like this first, because normally I take hot water and I fill it up, sort of like Americano style, but maybe I'll try it like this first. Because I never end up drinking the whole cup anyway, because I like to drink it when it's hot, and I basically have no way to heat it after, because we don't have a microwave, and we could do it on a stove pot. Anyways, so let's just give it a try. I think it won't be too hot with the cold milk in it. This mug is too big for my small hand. Okay. Cheers. Let's try it. Like, is it weird that I'm not drinking it with anything sweet? Like, is it gonna be too bitter just now? Well, let's try it anyway. That's pretty good. I think maybe I shouldn't add any water to it or something, because that tastes pretty good. And that made it really cold, all that almond milk. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna just put a little bit of hot water in it just now, just to heat it up a little, because I like hot drinks. Okay. Now, I hope it's not too hot. So, oops, my finger's in the way. Okay, let's try this again. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with that. It's definitely not bitter. It tastes like good coffee. I'm really happy. I mean, this time I didn't put as much hot water in as I normally do. And yeah, I don't know. It tastes really good. So I don't know. You guys should give it a try if you have a stovetop coffee maker like I do. And let me know if it works. The first time I tried a stovetop coffee maker was actually at my friend Alex's house. So, hey Alex. And I thought hers was really good. And we drank it out of smaller cups. So maybe that makes a huge difference, because my cat mug is actually fairly large. And it I think maybe I just put too much water in it. But yeah, I think that was a pretty good experiment, and I'm gonna try to follow those same rules or conditions for every other time that I make coffee. So I'm really impressed. I'm really happy about that. So that's it for this video. I just thought I would record that process, and it worked out. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.